for another movie review. Guillermo del Toro has a new movie out. Hell yeah, I'm there. Let's talk about Nightmare Alley. Nightmare Alley stars Bradley Cooper as Stanton Carlisle, as he goes from being a carnival person to learning carny, to becoming an illusionist, to becoming a big-time illusionist in the Copacabana in New York, where he accidentally meets the wrong person that he tries to hustle. This is an amazingly dark and sinister movie. I was enthralled all the way through. This is a movie of two halves, though. The first half is the carny part, where Bradley Cooper learns from people like Toni Collette, her husband, and also a really outstanding performance by Willem Dafoe as the leader of this traveling carnival, where you can tell they learn stuff that carnies do, you know, the behind-the-scenes secrets of what's going on. And then he also meets Rooney Mara, who plays his love interest for the first half. Then the second half is him and Rooney Mara having a show at the Copacabana where they use their carny abilities to sucker people out of money. That's where he ends up meeting a doctor played by Cate Blanchett. Things go haywire when they make a deal, and then Bradley Cooper ends up meeting Richard Jenkins' character, indoctrinated with his dead sister again. It is a wild movie. It's well acted. I know a lot of people are giving Bradley Cooper high praise, and he does do well in this movie. He never electrified me in this movie. I never felt like he was a standout. I will say this, Cate Blanchett should and absolutely needs to get nominated for Best Actress award. She is so captivating as a psychologist. And this movie is rich in detail. And what I mean by that is that you really do have to pay attention to the stuff that happens in the carnival, because it all comes back later on. I'm not going to say what, but there was great attention to detail, I have to say, in this script. And Willem Dafoe was really good as the head of this carnival, where he was, he puts everything together. He gets Bradley Cooper to come in. Also, there's subtle nods to what happened to Bradley Cooper before the events of the movie. The movie does start very jarring. It is not an inherently violent movie, but when the violence is there, this is Del Toro's strength. He is not afraid to show you the violence and get in depth with the brutality of it all and the brutality of it all. It is palpable when it happens, so just be warned for that. If I'm going to say anything bad about this movie, it is a slow-paced movie. At 2.5 hours long, everything kind of develops a little slowly. Like, Bradley Cooper's character doesn't talk for, I want to say, the good first 8 minutes of the movie. And that's not a bad thing, because he's taking in the world of a carnival, a wandering carnival, just as we are. So there's not a lot to say. I also didn't get that sense of Del Toro colors in this movie. Like, usually you can tell a Del Toro movie by the colors used and how they're there to draw your eyes there, like in The Shape of Water or in Hellboy 2, or even in one of his not that really good movies, Crimson Peak. And the movie is two different stories. It's the first half, the carny stuff, and then the second half, the stuff in New York. I will say this. It took me a while to do this review because I literally had to sit down This has one of the most haunting endings in movies. Other than this and last year's The Lodge, they might be the most two haunting endings of a movie I've ever seen. The ending of this movie simultaneously made me think back, and as it was happening, I was literally thinking back to events earlier in the movie and thinking, wow, that's not only is that great attention to detail and great script writing, it also made me feel sorry for this character. Oh my god, Rooney Mara's character doesn't get much to do. She's kind of a wet blanket, but that's fine. Ron Perlman's also in this movie, and I think he does a really good job. You know, he's another Del Toro veteran. He's been in a bunch of his movies. I like Bradley Cooper, like I said. I thought Cate Blanchett and her character were stunning. Like, she literally stole every scene she was in. I really enjoyed Nightmare Alley. I hope everyone goes see this instead of that other movie about a spider this weekend. I'm going to give Nightmare Alley a 9.2. It is a little bit long, it is a little bit slow, but if you're along for the ride of this broken character who finally gets a trait and then uses it, like the stuff with Bradley Cooper, Richard Jenkins, that whole storyline, oh my god, it is so enjoyable. This is a very layered movie. I have to say that, like, stuff comes back from the beginning into the end, especially with Bradley Cooper's character, and you see what's going on with him. I'm trying not to get into spoilers, so I'm picking my words carefully. Yeah, Nightmare Alley by Guillermo del Toro. This is definitely one I'm going to be owning on Blu-ray. I probably will see it, and it is a movie that lends itself for repeated viewings because of the amount of layers in the story and foreshadowing that you don't even notice while watching it the first time. So, Nightmare Alley, are you going to go see it in the movie theaters? Let me know if you do. Until next time, bye! Just say